So I don't mean to bring up nasty things, but the last time you were here was just before the world shut down because of COVID. We talked about the warming sea. We talked about the headlining presentation with the Maine Science Festival. And then by the time the show aired, it seemed woefully out of date because they had already said we're going to have to postpone this.
Right.
Which was unfortunate. But now...
2 years waiting for this to happen.
2 years later, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And the environment is 2 years worse than it was. But we are thrilled. I'm so thrilled that the Maine Science Festival has been so proactive about the meaning of this piece and making sure that it would happen.
Yes.
So Kate Dickerson has been an incredible partner in this whole production. And we've got, we've had, I think I told you before that I met with the scientists up and down the Eastern Seaboard to accumulate information and data to put into this piece. And it's going to be an amazing piece for orchestra, children's chorus, women's voices.
For people who aren't familiar with what this piece is, The Warming Sea, back up a little bit and tell us about the inspiration for it and what it's all about.
Absolutely. So the Warming Sea is an exploration of the effects that climate change is having on the eastern seaboard, on the Gulf of Maine. The Gulf of Maine is the fastest warming body of water in the world. And even if it goes up incremental portions of temperature, that has devastating effects on all the communities. And we see it not just on land, but of course in the ocean. And all the ecosystems of the ocean have been upset by what's the warming temperatures. So the piece captures the effects that have been going on. In fact, because it had been written originally for the Maine bicentennial, right. There's a portion of it, there's 200 measures in there reflecting 1820 through 2020. And every bar has a note that is reflective of the temperature of that year.
Wow. That is a level of detail I never, ever, ever would have picked up on. Holy hell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's incredible.
It took a lot of math. Any artistic creation is going to be an individual's response to something, and what I feel about it and how I've projected is going to be very different from how somebody else might create it. Sure. But the prevailing theme, we met with middle school kids around the state, and when I would tell them about this piece, and then I would say, what would you like the theme to be, the final upshot of the piece? What would you like them to feel, us to feel? And they said, by and large, hope. So
I think we can all agree with that, yeah? We all feel
absolutely.
They seem lukewarm on hope.
And so the anthem at the end is a song that I wrote words that of hope begins with truth. And actually the portion of that anthem we created after, once everything had shut down, we were able to do a remote recording of the last 4 minutes of the piece. And it's, so we actually have Hope Begins with Truth. You can look on YouTube and get a preview of the piece. On Hope Begins with Truth, Bangor Symphony, you'll see this little piece, which the piece ends this way with this anthem.